Hey there, in this video we're going to talk about RMP Finishes Pine Solvent. We'll break down what Pine Solvent is, what makes it different, and how to use it, as well as some frequently asked questions. Each section is timestamped below if you're watching this on YouTube, so feel free to jump ahead if needed. RMP Finishes Pine Solvent is a natural plant-based alternative to traditional solvents and mineral spirits. This solvent is distilled from the natural terpenes found in pine trees. It's not raw essential oil, it's a refined solvent grade distillate in the same family as turpentine, but highly refined and cleaner. Pine solvent is biodegradable, renewable, plant based, and a more environmentally friendly option compared to petroleum derived solvents due to its sourcing from pine trees. It has a clear evaporation that's accompanied with a pleasant pine aroma, which is much better than the harsh chemical fumes. Pine solvent is food contact safe as well. Here are some of the main ways you can use pine solvent. First, use pine solvent to thin natural drying oils like pure tongue oil, linseed oil, and others. As an alternative to mineral spirits, you can use it with oil-based varnishes and other finishes as well. Pine solvent also works great for dissolving waxes and greases, cleaning tools, preparing surfaces, and just general cleaning around the shop. Here's how to use pine solvent properly in some of the various applications I just mentioned. If you're using pine solvent to thin oils such as pure tongue oil, choose your blend ratio. We typically recommend a 1:1 ratio. However, you can adjust your ratio depending on how thin you want the blend to be. Mix the oil and solvent thoroughly together until they're fully combined. The solvent helps the oil penetrate deeper into the wood, giving a better finish. It's important to note that our pine solvent can be used in or with other products of ours that contain citrus solvent. Both solvents are completely compatible. If you're using the pine solvent to clean brushes and tools, first pour a small amount into a container. Dip or swirl the brush to loosen up and dissolve any oils or waxy residue. Wipe off the excess with a clean rag, wash with soap and water for a final cleanup, and then let the brushes and tools dry fully before storing. If you have a heavy buildup in an area, use the solvent full strength on a rag. For areas with just lighter general cleaning, dilute the pine solvent with soap and water, wipe the surface down, and then let it dry completely before applying any finish. For general cleaning, mix a small amount of pine solvent with warm soapy water. Use it for bench tops, floor spots, tool handles, anything really. Rinse and wipe off everything, and you're good to go. So let's address some frequently asked questions. How is pine solvent different from mineral spirits, turpentine, or citrus solvent? Pine solvent varies from these in different ways. Compared to mineral spirits, which is sourced from petroleum and does evaporate at a faster rate, pine solvent comes from pine trees and has a slower evaporation rate. Pine solvent is in the same family as turpentine, but is a more highly refined and purer solvent. Our pine solvent differs from our citrus solvent mainly in its source and smell. Is pine solvent safe for food contact surfaces? Yes, pine solvent is safe for surfaces that will come in contact with food, whether you're using it for preparation or using it with another finish that is also safe for food contact. Can I mix pine solvent with mineral spirits or citrus solvent? Absolutely. Pine solvent can be mixed with our citrus solvent, mineral spirits, and other oil-based thinners for complete flexibility. Does pine solvent leave residues or affect the color? No, our pine solvent does not leave behind chemical residues like petroleum-based solvents might. It's designed to evaporate cleanly, and while slightly yellow in color, it generally does not affect the end color of your finish. Even so, we always recommend to test on a small piece to ensure everything works out exactly how you like. What about cost compared to alternatives? At the time of this video, pine solvent is a more economical option compared to citrus-based solvents, offering a lower cost yet natural alternative. Is the pine aroma strong, and will it bother people with sensitivities to smells? The pine solvent does have a pine aroma rather than a harsh petroleum smell. Still, anyone who is sensitive should test it first. We always recommend using it in a well-ventilated area. Is pine solvent safe for skin contact, and what about safety precautions? Although it is a naturally derived substance, it can still be an irritant to the skin. So we recommend general precautionary measures be taken while handling or using pine solvent. These include such as wearing gloves, eye protection, using a well-ventilated area, and others. How do I dispose of pine solvent or items that are saturated with it? We recommend letting rags or items saturated with pine solvent be hung or placed apart until dry. Dispose of these with other regular waste. If you're disposing pine solvent itself, bring that to any recycling center that accepts paints and oils and other things like it. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, follow, or subscribe, and leave any questions you have in the comments and we'll be happy to answer them there. Thanks for watching. Let's finish this.